welcome everyone to the Monday afternoon Advocate News Meeting. I'm editor and publisher Chris Cobbler. With me as always, to my left.
I'm Becky Cooper, managing editor.
And to my right.
Tony Blandard, city editor.
And behind the camera.
Thomas Martinez, digital editor.
So let us know what you think of the stories we're working on. Any suggestions you have for stories we should be working on. That's why we come on every weekday, just to have a little chat with you. We'll get you warmed up as everybody's getting their thinking caps on. A couple of trivia questions. Weekend.
Oh, weekend double.
Weekend double. Double Jeopardy. Whose tombstone features the epitaph, "He never killed a man that did not need killing"?
Billy the Kid.
Billy the Kid's a good guess.
Wyatt Earp.
Wyatt Earp.
Wild Bill Hickok.
Wild Bill Hickok. How about hanging Judge Roy Bean? I don't know.
I'll be a Huckleberry.
All right. The second question was, what was legendary rocker Prince's full name?
Oh, good question.
I used to know that.
What is it? Dun, 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 dun. This is what it sounds like.
Windows.
I don't know. His full name. You used to know his full name? I don't. I'm sure I'll go, oh, yeah.
Wasn't it like Clarence or Clyde? What's Elton John's real name?
Reginald
Dwight.
Yeah, it's Reginald Dwight. You got it.
Of course, you've seen every concert practically.
I've been to.
I wish I'd seen Prince.
I
There was
would-
a 2020 on last night or something about him, his addiction. He was famous for not using drugs or alcohol and actually scolding people for doing it, but then he supposedly had some kind of surgery of another
Prescription,
and I got addicted to this prescription medication.
Painkiller.
Sad story.
Happens all too often now.
I'm trying to recall how many times. 1, 2, 3. I think I just saw Elton 4 times.
Ah, you're a
4
newbie.
times? Only 4? How many have you seen Elton John?
I lost count. Probably close to 20.
Wow.
Wow.
That's incredible. That's incredible.
In different places.
I think I've seen him twice. I don't know.
I'm going to go see him again.
I wonder. I know
Wow.
he's going to stop touring.
I thought he did already.
He's
Well,
got
no,
it.
he's doing his farewell.
His
tour.
goodbye
This is
tour
his
is like 2
farewell
years long.
Oh.
I mean, oh yeah, there's a
But
lot of
wouldn't he
goodbyes.
just set up residence at Vegas?
Caesars or whatever, yeah.
No,
Vegas.
he's already finished his residence at Caesars.
Yeah. Who's there now?
He's probably, Celine, I think.
Celine, yeah, she's been there a while, but I thought somebody else just went there too.
I don't know. I think Reba was there for a while. I don't know. But rumor has it he's going to go back to Europe and raise his kids and with his husband. And
Raise his kids. He's
You
got
said
kids
you were
that
gonna
need
see
to be
him
raised.
again?
he has 2 little kids.
Got 2 little boys.
How'd that happen?
You said you were going to see him again? When?
Surrogacy,
Okay.
obviously.
All right.
In September.
Where are you going?
Where am I going? On vacation.
Where?
Are you
Where?
actually going out of state?
Yeah.
See him?
Vegas.
You're like a deadhead. You're traveling with the Grateful Dead.
No,
Yeah,
no. My
going
sister and
around.
her husband are
You know,
deadheads.
remember those deadheads that go around like smoking pot everywhere they went or whatever?
I think they just wanted to smoke pot. Where they were.
Probably, yeah.
The music was probably secondary.
No. We're going to go see him in Vegas one more time.
One more
I
I want to
time.
go to Vegas and see
No,
Barry
I don't know.
Manilow, but he's only scheduled out till June in Vegas, and it's not. I forget. The hotel changed names, but he's out there.
And Elton John won't be at the Caesars. He'll be at some big arena.
Is that part of his goodbye tour?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's part of his goodbye
Well,
tour.
we'll get back to the trivia question with the answers after this. We'll go to the news now.
Paul McCartney was going to do a one-night show in Vegas,
I just saw him last summer.
and it started at. I think the tickets out there were starting at $300.
I believe it. I saw an ACL for only $100. I thought that was a good
I
deal.
was going to see Hamilton at the Majestic, but those start at
Five.
150.
Oh, 150? I was going to say 500.
Those are the nosebleed seats.
And you can't even get them. It's something else.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see. In the news, we have a story by Elena on the Salvation Army shelter and more delays in getting it reopened. The homeless
There's not
shelter.
a soft opening yet.
They still are struggling with everything they need to get done.
Mhm.
If we get a breakout on how to help, that would be good. Then we covered the commissioners meeting Kara was at. More on the constable.
They suspended his salary and
thought they did that when
No.
they appointed a
No,
replacement.
they had to have.
I mean, appointed a temporary.
And there's something else they did.
Well, they had to approve all the stuff for the new guy, right?
Mm.
Salary benefits. and all
Right.
Wow.
So we'll have that. We're trying to just getting going on the story about Trinity Episcopal, and there's plans for a new school building. That's from what I understand. We're just getting the basic details going, and we need to do the school board campaign finance reports. Also, I guess Wednesday need to do the city council race campaign finance reports.
Also, backing up, with the commissioners, aren't they supposed to decide on the public defender's office?
Not today. I don't think it was on the
She didn't tell me
agenda today.
anything about that.
They have a deadline of May 10th
Hmm.
They meet every week.
to approve for the state funding.
They
to
do
apply
meet
for
weekly,
state
but I don't
funding.
recall on the agenda. We'll have to check with her on it.
Okay.
Of course, our Easter photo contest is in and soon, so we need a new reader photo contest soon. Maybe on senior year stuff,
I like that.
graduation, prom. Wow, that'd be good.
Senior parties.
Senior parties.
Or partings.
There you go. And your school's package we've got going on is about the BISD's annual Fishing with Friends event at Ted B. Park.
She did Tempe Reed.
Ted B. Reed, yeah. And I'll
Where's
let
that
you
park at?
Over near Daly on Elementary, off
Okay.
of
Salem.
Salem.
Are these
Salem.
photos?
Cambridge
Erie
photo.
shot the pictures.
No, no. The list of ones.
All these
two,
other
three,
things.
four,
Some of them are
five,
lists,
six.
or some of them are photos, some of them are short briefs.
Then in sports, it's our outdoors package with Bink Grimes and John Jefferson. Not sure what their topics are, but all the other regular outdoors items. And in sports, Texas Tech's basketball coach Dave Beard got a huge contract. I guess if we get to the championship game, that'll happen. And I don't know why this story is down there under sports. I guess I edit that one out. Cut. And all the high school pairings, track stories. Nuggets follow up. Spurs fans don't want to hear anymore. So there might be a Spurs season wrap up. That'd be a good story though. Actually, I'll make
You
it.
think Pop will be back next year?
Yeah, I saw a story about him working on his contract.
Mm-hmm.
The highest paid coach, I doubt he gives up that gig.
He is the highest paid coach?
Coach slash president. He's in a little bit of a different situation than most coaches, but
Yeah.
So did the Nuggets just outplay him, or did,
the Nuggets suck less than the Spurs sucked in that
Okay.
game. Put it that way.
okay.
There was good defense, right?
Yes.
All right.
But it was an intense final moment, though, a couple minutes in the game, final minutes of the game.
We had a big fish photo contributed from readers too, so we keep getting more reader hunting and fishing contributions. And let's see, I'll put this up here. On the State Digest, we got a story about remains of a Texas soldier killed during the Korean War have been identified and scheduled to be buried next month. We got a story about a shooting in Austin. Police fatally shot a man who threatened to shoot arresting officers after assaulting a woman.
Mm.
And Texas Tribune has a story about the William P. Hobby Building in downtown Austin. Apparently has lots of hundreds of reports of rats, roaches, and other pests in recent years. But the state may be selling the building, so I guess it'll be somebody else's problem.
Let's not fix the problem, let's just sell it, okay.
Yeah. On the National Digest, I noted things about the FBI receiving tips on a threatening social media post about 5 minutes before a gunman burst into
The
a
synagogue?
Southern California synagogue. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 5-minute warning didn't help too much. The shadowy leader of the Islamic State group appeared for the first time in 5 years in a video, or at least saying they were responsible for the Sri Lanka deaths. Measles continues to spread in the United States with more than 704 cases reported so far this year in 22 states.
704 cases, 66 hospitalized, and 1/3 of them are teenagers and children.
Wow. I heard the NPR report saying that if you got your vaccination, measles vaccination between 63 and 67, you might need it again because that vaccines given during that time period weren't that effective.
Really?
So
I should have asked I just saw my doctor Thursday.
yeah, I had measles when I was a kid, so I guess I take care of that. But
Yeah, I did too.
you have measles?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know I was inoculated, but I don't know if I had measles. I had the chicken pox.
I had the mumps.
Huh?
I had the mumps when I was a kid.
Had all three.
Wow, you're a tough kid.
Yeah, I got a lot of siblings who pass germs around.
yeah.
But I know
your
I-
family, you
I
wouldn't
was
get out of chicken pox.
inoculated.
No, I was the starter of the chicken pox. in the family. I picked it up from school.
Yeah.
Christmas Day, I broke out with them. Second
We
grade.
got our kids a chicken pox vaccination, and it was just come out just a few years before they were the right age to get it, so they got it.
And so did you.
Yeah, I didn't get the shot. I didn't get the vaccination, so I got chicken pox.
I had the shot and I still got chicken pox.
Can you be inoculated for chicken pox? I think you just
Yeah, you
have to
can.
have it.
It's a relatively new shot. I mean, well, relatively. Our kids got their shots 10
Yeah.
years or so ago.
I got it twice. Second time wasn't as bad, but
In the
Are you
military.
special?
no, when I was a kid.
Oh really? Wow.
No, it wasn't very special.
Let's
Well,
all
it's
talk.
the one that was given up here on your left arm and kind of made a scar or something. 'Cause it
Yeah.
I
was-
never got one of those.
Oh, that's a polio one. That's
No.
polio did that.
No.
No.
I was never vaccinated for polio.
Really?
I don't have a scar like everybody else does.
Yeah. And my sister has one, but I don't have one.
You don't have one either?
I had one. I don't
think
know.
my brother
So
has
old, all the
one.
scars go
He was
away.
born in '57.
Same here.
When you're young, you like look at the scars. Oh no, you get older, like what was that? I don't know.
We had to get a measles, was it measles and rubeola or
Yeah.
roseola
bad
or
burn.
something.
Yeah. Let's all talk now about the Game of Thrones episode last night.
No, okay, go.
I can't believe that guy got killed.
Ah, I
Yeah,
can't
no,
believe
neither
it.
can
The spoiler
I.
alert. Tony hasn't seen it, so I'm teasing him.
Whatever, I don't care.
You don't care?
Nope.
Okay.
The
Okay.
old man, man, that was
Look at
tragic.
that.
That's something else. More rain in Mozambique. Deaths up to 38 after second cyclone.
Look
Ooh.
at that photo.
Yeah, that's something. Wow.
Isn't that horrible?
Gotta show it
Oh,
to our
it's
viewers.
feet. Okay.
Gotta get closer, man.
Yeah, I
Gotta
gotta
get
see that.
You're the web person there.
You'll,
This is
that means you're the guy who
horrible.
has to get up, I guess, apparently. That's in Mozambique. Sad photo. Sad photo.
Flip
Then,
there.
anything else, Tony, in the national, international scene that we haven't covered already? I think I got the highlights. And I haven't seen the State Digest come over yet.
Let me see. Oh, wrong one. Hold on.
But I grabbed a couple of the key state stuff. There wasn't much from the Texas Tribune yet. I don't know what they're doing, our friends down there, up in Austin.
Okay.
Up there. If it's north, it's up, right? If
Most
it's
of the
south,
time.
it's down.
Austin police shoot,
The mayor's
kill,
there.
Yeah.
That's what-
suspected of assaulting woman.
I
Yeah.
didn't get that one.
Big payday for Beard after Texas Tech's run.
Got that one too.
Oh,
You're
okay.
just catching up, aren't you?
Beto O'Rourke unveils climate plan with Yosemite as backdrop.
More political campaigning. Not too exciting.
Popovich negotiating new deal with San Antonio Spurs.
Yep. Spurs fans still like him? I guess they should. They've had great success.
It could.
Remains
too.
identified as Texas soldier missing
Yeah,
in
got that one.
Cromwell. That sounds like our story.
Yeah. My dad shared a story about breaking down in Pettis on his way from driving from Topeka to Corpus, the naval station where he is there as a Marine, and he discovers outside of Pettis when the engine, I forget the exact details of the problem, but it's like kaput, and he's stuck at the service station in Pettis with his wife and like 5-month-old daughter.
Man.
And he's supposed to be reported in 2 days. And the service station owner, this is like 1954 or 5, someone says, we'll get the part in a couple days, and then we'll have to fix it. You'll be here for a while. And he's like, ah. So he does get old the base and gets, okay to be a little late. I guess they're understanding in that regard. But he's thinking, there's no hotel in the town. He doesn't have any money. And, can you imagine that? And you can't call anybody. And then,
Should have
And-
called the Roberts family. They
Yeah.
lived there.
but the service station owner and his wife said, well, you guys can just stay with us for 5 days, and we'll fix your car on credit, because he didn't have the money to pay him. So we paid him back over time with no interest.
Wow.
Can you imagine that?
Those are the days, man.
Those were the days. So I posted his story on my Facebook page and said, anybody, I'm sure that couple are long gone now, but any of their children or grandchildren around? You remember that station? And somebody shared the story of, they said there's only one service station back then, Magnolia service station in Pettus, if I read it right. And they shared this story about a sheriff who'd had this big shootout at that station in 47, so before my dad was there. And so it was interesting. I read that story. It was an interesting story about this sheriff and the shootout, but had nothing to do with my dad. But I was like, I tried to, and people started talking about that. I said, can we get back to who's the couple that on the station?
Oh, the world of entertainment, John Singleton is going to be taken off life support.
Who is he?
Got a stroke. He's a director.
Is the director of Boys in the Hood?
Yeah,
Says the
he's all
Oscar-nominated filmmaker will be taken off life support Monday after surgery.
How old is he? I thought
He was 51.
Wow, and a stroke at age 51? I didn't think he was that
He
old.
directed Boys in the Hood and
Yeah.
Poetic Justice and other films. Has been in intensive care in L.A.
I
hospital.
remember seeing Boys in the Hood. That was his big debut movie, and it was really quite a movie.
Yeah, it was.
His mother has petitioned the court to remove him.
Well, that's sad.
Is she the next of kin?
I believe so.
Well, we didn't need a reader poll question. I'm kind of stumped on what that'd be.
That's Singleton.
What other movies did he do? We could say what are your favorite John Singleton movies? How about that as a poll question? What?
Boys in the Hood and Poetic Justice is all this story says.
I'm sure there are others. I don't know what they are.
Let me look.
Did y'all go see Avengers this weekend?
No. What a
No,
waste.
but I can tell you all about Game of Thrones.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, and that lady. I forgot what happened to her, man.
Oh, yeah.
And that kid.
Yeah, there's only one kid and one lady and one man in that whole
Yeah.
series.
Yeah.
And that kid who rolls his eyes back in his head. What's with that?
Oh, yeah.
And I watched
I
watched
think-
every episode all
I think
seasons,
he
and I still can't
avenges-
quite get all their names.
I think he avenges. He was pushed out the window by the Lannister guy.
Yeah,
In season 1.
right. Yeah, and then he runs into him.
I think he sees him across the courtyard of some.
The
one
things
place.
I do for love. Shoves the kid out the.
And then I think I put it together that he might be avenging that moment.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can tell you what happened.
Okay. But I hear it caused a lot of buzz on Twitter. The episode.
Oh, it did. Yeah, I was reading the tweets. They cracked me up. There was one I retweeted that was hilarious. But it was it stirred it up. It was quite the episode. I don't know how many are left now of Game of Thrones.
Oh, Too Fast, Too Furious.
Did he do that?
Well, that's what. Well,
Too Fast. There's a whole series of different directors who did those movies, so he probably had one of those. I imagine in the franchise.
That was the second one.
That was a good
Oh,
one.
is it Too Fast? No, Fast and Furious 2. I don't remember which one.
Wait a minute. I'm going to IMDb.
All right. I don't remember Poetic Justice. Honestly, what was that movie? I don't remember.
It was about a young girl, wasn't it?
Was it?
Did he direct the new Shaft? Oh no, there was a Shaft producer in 2000.
I don't know. I have to vote for Boys in the Hood at this point. Although the Too Fast, Too Furious movies are fun.
I've never seen Boys in the Hood.
What?
Is it any good?
Yes, it's excellent. But although I don't know how well it holds up over time, at the time it was like really.
He
It
acted
was of
in
its
7
time,
of
really
them.
good.
Actor in what?
7 of them. They're okay.
All right, go ahead.
Snowfall, Billions. I don't know.
Snowfall.
Oh,
Yeah.
did he direct the American Crime Story? He directed episode 1
Oh.
of
No,
the Gianni Versace abduction empire. Oh, he
Those
did the
are
first
TV
episode.
ones. I want movies.
4 Brothers. Oh, he did 4 Brothers.
I like that one.
Yeah.
4 Brothers. All
And
right.
then Too Fast, Too Furious. That was
Yeah.
2003.
Oh, that's what the numbers.
Yeah.
I got it. I spelled it out. That's my.
I would have said TOO.
Too Fast, Too Furious.
He did Rosewood.
That's
Which I don't
TV in
remember
it.
that.
Not a movie?
This is 1997.
I don't know.
Higher learning.
Oh, okay. Well, I got enough. Other, please specify. There we go.
He
What was
did
it?
some videos short. Yeah, and you can spell boys in the hood right.
Yep. Oh, boys. I don't know if I got the
Mhm.
right. I would end.
Boys in the hood.
In the hood. I think that. In the wood.
Boys
Oops.
with a Z.
I guess I spelled it wrong. All right.
Okay.
So, trivia question. I haven't seen many answers, but if you have any answers that I missed or any other tips, let me know. Whose tombstone features the epitaph, "He never killed a man that did not need killing"?
He didn't.
And we heard Hanging Judge Roy Bean, we heard Billy the Kid, we heard
Wyatt Earp.
Wild Bill, Wyatt Earp, I don't know, John Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
John Wayne.
Clint Eastwood.
The answer is Clay Allison, a notorious American Old West gunfighter who was killed in 1887 when a wagon wheel ran over his head.
Oh man.
Ouch. Ouch.
Rough life back in the
That's a
1880s.
migraine.
Yeah.
That's a big old owie.
Don't put your head down anywhere near a wagon wheel. I guess.
Well, you remember? You ever see The Sopranos?
Yeah.
You remember that episode? Oh my God.
What was legendary rocker Prince's full name? And it is Prince Rogers Nelson. His father, John Nelson, was also a musician with the stage name Prince Rogers, which inspired Prince's name. So his actual name was Prince.
I didn't realize Prince was his real name.
Wow.
I thought it was the artist formerly known as Prince.
That's what he used those.
That was when he was
symbols.
fighting with his record label for a while.
Oh, is that what he did?
He wanted to not be connected to that record label for a while.
But he used those
Symbols.
It's
symbols. You know, man and women.
Female symbol.
Male and female symbols.
All right. Well, if you have any news tips, want to talk about whatever, Tony, John
Didn't
Singleton
he,
movies?
he
anything else?
also-
Game of Thrones. I'll talk about Game of Thrones. He hasn't seen it yet, but I have. Give me a call.
He left. Didn't he leave a lot of unpublished? Yeah, he left a lot of unpublished music
Yeah, it is.
behind too,
Yeah.
and they're about to release some of that.
Won't be the
That's
same.
gonna sell like hotcakes.
Will it?
Like just hotcakes.
If it was good, he would
Not
have released it.
pancakes.
Man.
How
Don't
much-
think about it that way.
How much do hotcakes sell? Do they really sell fast necessarily?
I don't know.
They say why they sell like hotcakes.
Well, what about the
I don't-
greatest inventions in sliced bread? Is that the best invention you can think of?
Before we just like gnawing at the bread.
It's hard,
It's like,
yeah.
why would you turn this bread apart? I wish this was sliced before we bought it.
All right. If you want to talk about sliced bread or Prince or anything else, give us a call here in the newsroom at 574-1222. Peace out.